Hey guys, working on this Hyundai Elantra, so I decided to do a belt removal video. This is a 2015 Hyundai Elantra 1.8 liter. If you look here, your alternator is your tensioner for the belt. If you look right there, that's the tensioning bolt for it. There's one in the front of it down there that you have to loosen or tighten. You loosen it first to get this off. You loosen this. Loosen your bolt right there. They're 14 mils. This is a 14 mil. This is a 12 mil. The one down there to tighten the tensioner is a 12 mil. And once you loosen those all up, your alternator will just push down as you're loosening this. It's left to loose, and then the more you loosen it, it'll come up, and then you just push down on your alternator, and your belt will come loose. And I do believe you don't have to take your wheel off. You don't have to take off that bottom shroud. Pretty sure you could do it from up here if you had to, if you just took it off like that and then ran it down, and if you could stick your hands down there. But it's a lot easier if you do take off the shroud and you get to that point, and then you could just pull it off. Or if you jack your vehicle and you don't have that big that thing, if you don't have that, the 13s I believe don't have it. It's smaller, the dust shroud for underneath the car. But anyway, if you have to, you take off that piece. It's two 10 mil bolts. After you take off your tire, remember to jack stand, be safe, and you can access getting off your belt. But if you could manage to put it in from up here and like try to guide it through, like I should be able to get it off just by moving it around. And if you could stick the belt back down there and luckily enough try to get it in there without taking off your wheel and stuff, you could try it. But it's easier to take off the wheel and that little dust cover for the bottom pulleys. But yeah, and then in reverse, you just put it back on how you took it off. If you look, it goes around the alternator here and goes around that water pump pulley, I believe, around to the crank pulley, up by the AC pulley, comes back up around the alternator and back around again. And then once you get that off, you could loosen. Once you loosen these, I mean, you can get it off. Or once you put it back on, you just keep that bolt on there, don't take it off, and start tightening this one. And you keep tightening, then it'll pull your alternator up like that. As you can see, I just pulled it up. It'll pull your alternator up and tighten up your pulley, your belt. And then for tension, for how tight, there's videos online on showing how tight to put the belt. Don't put it too tight, don't put it too loose. If it's squealing, it's too loose. And too tight, it'll rip up. I believe it might squeal too if it's too tight. There's a chance it might, but yeah, you just use a ruler. There's videos and stuff on how tight to put a belt, but I'm just showing how to remove it, put it back on. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.